Bro, you have to play Kingdom Hearts. I'm telling you.
I don't know, dude. Isn't that shit convoluted as hell?
Dude, when you play them, it's honestly not that bad.
Break it down for me, though.
Okay, so, you know Final Fantasy, right?
Of course.
All right, imagine you're this kid named Sora, all right? And you live on this beach. You got these friends. You got Tidus, you got Waka, and Selphie from FF8, okay? Oh, and there's also this really sexy guy. And there's also this girl, and her name's Kairi, all right? You go on this adventure, and Kairi, her heart ends up inside of Sora, but also that heart is occupied by another person, okay? And when that happens, there's this, you get like a nobody, all right? Not like nobody is there, but like that you become a nobody. Or like you don't become a nobody, but you get a nobody. And so Kairi gets this nobody, and then this other guy, I won't tell you his name, I'm not trying to make it convoluted or anything. Anyway, another Sora comes from that person, all right? And I'm just calling them Sora to make it easier for you, okay? But then, in that Sora's campaign, in one of the other stories, there's like this organization, Organization 13, and they take this new Sora, and they're like, all right, let's make a doll, and then put Sora's memories into it, and boom, you got a female Sora.
I'm gonna head out, bro. You want some chicken?
It's showtime!
Growing up, Final Fantasy has continued to be in my top 3 gaming franchises of all time. Yes, that includes the weird ones like 13 and 15. Don't forget about Type 0 either. However, Kingdom Hearts always eluded me. I've never been the biggest Disney fan, and no one in my school played them. To be fair, no one played Final Fantasy either. I lived in a strictly Call of Duty zone with some Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh fans spread throughout, but that's a story for another video. By 2018, I started to notice the hype for Kingdom Hearts 3, and it was massive. Coincidentally, so did one of my best friends, Justin. Okay dude, sorry for breathing, who played one of the 2 mainline games previously. Then there's my man David, who at the time I'd only known for a couple of years, but was the biggest Kingdom Hearts fanboy I'd ever met. All of a sudden, I was surrounded by people who were playing through the whole series to prep for the finale. Meanwhile, my dumbass is spending each lazy afternoon working on League of Legends videos for a League of Legends streamer. Cringe! Feeling left out of the party, I decided it's time that I stop being responsible and start gaming like a real gamer would. I'm gonna play Kingdom Hearts. Let me preface anything I'm about to say by mentioning I may spoil aspects of the story across all the games, and that I do genuinely love Kingdom Hearts.
What the fuck?
However, because of my peanut-sized brain, I can't think of any other way to get across how I feel about this series without first briefly going over each title.
Well, who's this hot babe? Oh shit, that was Sora?
Diving to the heart of this franchise all those years ago feels like both a blessing and a curse. I got my start with Sora and the Boys through the 1.5, 2.5 collection for the PS4, succeeded by the 2.8 collection. Although there was a bit of a stumble during the 2018 Xbox E3 presentation where they showed the trailer of Aqua getting Norded, and my confused ass hadn't played 0.2 or BBS yet, so...
Yo, it's that hot girl, dude! Oh, she's a villain, dude? Yo, she has yellow eyes, bro. She's like a fucking shadow.
That was certainly something. Back to the collection though, straight up, the music was unreal right from the title screen. The collection comes with 6 games, or more accurately, 4 games with 2 movies, I guess is one way to put them. Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Birth by Sleep.
All wonderful games in their own right. All wonderful games in their own right.
But for whatever reason, I can't honestly say that I had a phenomenal time with any of these titles. It's strange because I like weird and convoluted stories. Like, bro, JRPG is practically my favorite genre. I was born in that shit. molded by it.
Don't make the same mistake I did.
Kingdom Hearts 1 has you in control of Sora, with somewhat controllable AI companions Donald and Goofy. I promised I'd be honest, so I will. I'm sorry, Robbie, this game is okay. Combat was serviceable and movement options got better as the game went on, but Sora almost always felt so stiff to me. Things only got worse with enemy variation, though I could be wrong because it's been 4 years since I've last played it, but other than bosses, it felt as though I'm fighting different variations of 3 or 4 enemies. Thankfully, the sound design is wonderful. Each thwack of the Keyblade is so satisfying, and as corny as it is, the English voice acting is hilariously amazing.
The Heartless obey me now, Sora. Now I have nothing to fear.
You're stupid!
As someone who didn't grow up with Disney, I've only really enjoyed a few pieces of media from them. I just didn't care about that crossover stuff. At one point, I was even against the idea of Disney being in the series.
They'll pay for this.
I happily admit I was wrong. I only got a strong reaction to events that involved the original Square characters. To be honest, that still stands true to this day, excluding the whole Disney is bad, take Disney out of the game thing. Kingdom Hearts just isn't Kingdom Hearts without Disney IP. That being said, I'm sorry if this offends you, but I dislike nearly every world in Kingdom Hearts 1. And quite frankly, I dislike nearly every world in the entire series. Square has never particularly been good at level design from the PS2 era onward, but their combat systems have always hard carried the hallway sims and open arena type levels they've created over the years. Except that I still can't give a proper reason as to why I dislike so many of the worlds. Sticking to KH1, outside of Hollow Bastion, I can't say I enjoyed anything that game dropped you into. Part of me thinks it's because narratively I'm just playing the Disney movie, and in a way makes me feel like it's not important even though it clearly was for this game at least. Uninteresting worlds coupled with stiff combat and samey enemies really soured my enjoyment of the game. Hoping it didn't stay that way, I booted up Kingdom Hearts RE Chain of Memories, a remake of a Game Boy game that looks pretty damn cool. This remake though?
Ouchie ouch.
Going off conversations with my friends, it's looking like this game didn't do too hot with the fans either. The crazy thing is, I was enjoying it for about 8 or 10-ish hours, and then I wanted to run my head through the wall because Jesus fucking Christ, this combat system is a complete snooze fest once you find a decent slate combo and just load your deck with them. Seriously, nearly every boss just gets stun locked. I'm curious what you all think of this, but when I played the game, I thought it would have worked better as a turn-based card system. Think Baten Kaitos. Let's be real though, the best option would be to just keep it as a tried and true action RPG. The card system just feels restrictive, hence my desire for a turn-based direction. Don't get me started on the worlds. You're essentially just retreading KH1 again, minus Deep Jungle. Let's be real, no one missing that.
Ha means hot.
But then you retread them all in reverse again as Riku. Bro, the amount of hatred boiling up inside of me for those KH1 worlds, especially Agrabah, was unreal. I liked the movie Aladdin, but brother, if there is one level archetype that I hate more than water levels, it's desert levels. I don't like sand, it's irritating and quite literally everywhere. On the bright side, the story was awesome. It did end up saving the game, kind of, for me.
That's not it. The truth is, I just can't stand your foul stench.
Yeah, if you're not gonna play it, at least watch the cutscenes.
A scattered dream that's like a far-off memory. A far-off memory that's like a scattered dream. I want to line the pieces up. Yours and mine.
Woo boy, everyone's favorite game, Kingdom Hearts 2. Big ups to Square for this one, because while I'm sure 90% of the kids that played this game were like, what the fuck, who is this kid, and where is Sora? I thought the intro to this game was phenomenal. Twilight Town is such an incredible little world, and all the random small mini games you can do as Roxas and Sora add so much charm. Bro, are you serious right now? This isn't even humanly possible, but this is fucking awesome. Oh my god, I could do this all game, bro. What? The combat feels so much snappier, and while I didn't delve as deep as others have, the one time where I had to try was hella satisfying. I especially enjoyed the inclusion of reaction commands and drive forms despite being god-awful at them. Square even added tons of new Heartless, which fixed a lot of my problems with the first game. It's just cool to see all the different kinds of Heartless, and now nobody's running around. The story was sick as fuck, full of just the most batshit insane stuff Nomura could possibly do at the time. Like, bro, I want to know how the meeting with Disney went, where he just straight up told the mouse that Goofy gonna die tonight. Oh shit! Oh!
He actually died. Holy shit.
Unfortunately, as awesome as this game is, and definitely the first high point in the series for me, I just can't get past the worlds. Skimming through them all, most of them were okay. Timeless River, Christmas Town, even the Tron world were solid, but Port Royale was boring as hell, along with... Oh, fuck me, not again! Okay, seriously, this world did not need to be in 5 games, Nomura. Last of the collection is Birth by Sleep. Robbie, I'm still waiting on your video, by the way. BBS puts you in control of Terra, Aqua, and Ventus, a new trio of protags, 2 new Soras, and a different but satisfying combat system. Remember how I ragged on Chain of Memory's combat system? Screw the whole turn-based Bait and Kaitos thing. The command deck was the move, bro. This feels like a good blend of the card idea with action combat. I still prefer KH2's battle system, but I had no problems whatsoever with what was being done here. Shot locks were cool, and once again, I really enjoyed what was going on with the story. The finale was fucking crazy and got me excited to see what Nomura had planned for the future. Not gonna bother talking about the world since it's the same old song and dance as what I've said previously, except no Agrabah, baby. Let's fucking no! The 2 movies in the collection are for Kingdom Hearts Recoded and 358 over 2 days. Buddy, these aren't video games. I picked up the DS versions of these games to one day play them, mostly because a couple of my friends swear on 358 being a masterpiece. If only I could experience that Nintendo Wi-Fi connection multiplayer. Let's move on to the next collection though. Kingdom Hearts 2.8 consists of 2 games and 1 movie. This time, it's an actual movie.
No more text, that's what I like to see.
Dream Drop Distance, originally being a 3DS game, now remade for home consoles, features the inclusion of flow motion and the most convoluted story to the series so far. The command deck returns, and the added mobility of flow motion is fluid and fun to execute. I just don't know why Sora Benjamin buttoned his ass back to the KH1 model. The story, while pretty fucking confusing at first.
I am young Master Xehanort.
Impossible.
I can also time travel.
Inconceivable.
We plan to assemble 13 Xehanorts.
Nani.
I am already half Xehanort.
Unexpected plot twist.
No borders can grow hearts.
Bakana.
Did you understand any of that?
Nope.
Does make sense after a bit, and I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm just a Nomura simp, but goddamn did I enjoy it for how weird it was. Level-wise, massive shout out to Symphony of Sorcery, the Fantasia world. As per usual, most of the areas are whatever to me, but Symphony of Sorcery was by far the most unique and enjoyable Disney world to explore in the entire franchise, including everything past this entry. Oh, and I haven't brought music up in a while, but listen homie, I nutted for a reason. The World Ends With You gang is here, and Twister got a fucking remix, bro. Best version of Twister. Bring them back and let me see the Neo gang rise up as well. 0.2 Birth by Sleep is another prequel, but a sequel to the original Birth by Sleep. Controlling Aqua, it takes place right after the end of BBS in the Land of Darkness. Effectively a beta for KH3, the combat feels great to me. I've never seen the community's thoughts on this game, so I'm not sure if it's seen negatively or positively, but I'm aware of players preferring KH2's combat. Since I never went deep into the system, yeah, that's right, I'm a masher baby, I came away pretty positive from 0.2. The boss fights, while there aren't many, are really good outside of the Heartless Horde towards the end. Man, for what 0.2 tries to do, I'd have to say Square succeeded, and looking back at some of the footage has me itching to play through it again.
I am Master Aqua, and that's a promise.
You've heard all the criticisms and praise that flooded the internet about this game, and I don't have much more to add on to any of that. I felt like I was doing nothing narratively for about 90% of the game.
Dude, I hate it when I'm playing a game and it gives me some stupid ass quest like this, like, oh, let's find the Chinese food because the Ratatouille wants to make a burger. I like, bro.
And then the last 10% was 10 out of 10 turbo poggers. Combat feels similar to 0.2 with us controlling Sora, of course, and it's just really fun to play, man. Not a fan of the Disney ride attack thing, but the different Keyblade supers and form changes were satisfying.
I'm at goddamn Disney World, what the fuck? Wait, how do I control this thing?
Some of the Keyblades take away control from the player a bit too often for my taste, but not always to a fault. The real fault comes from Edge of Existence barely being played because of how little time you spend in Scala ad Kylum, a fucking fantastic world from a visual standpoint. All of the questions this game answers and gives rise to are interesting, and while I understand can be a negative for people, theory crafting Nomura's next move is so fun to do in every title that guy dips his toes in, especially after the ending of Melody of Memory. I think this title was memed on pretty hard online. I also thought it was pretty funny, but not because it's a rhythm game. It's because of the kind of music that Kingdom Hearts utilizes. I just couldn't imagine playing a rhythm game with songs like, you know what I'm saying? After playing it though, I take it all back. Melody of Memory is a mechanically interesting take on the rhythm genre that's especially fun on its hardest difficulty. Relatively light on story until the end of the game, I felt extremely satisfied and couldn't wait to play the next game in this exhaustively long franchise. You know, I passively wrote Kingdom Hearts video in my idea notepad sometime mid last year, and it wasn't until KH4 was announced that I sat down and tried to consolidate my thoughts on this beloved series. Kingdom Hearts is the only franchise I followed in its entirety that I actively debate with myself on whether I actually like it or not. I've had several conversations with friends to try and see what it is that others enjoy about these ludicrously lovable games. When I'm not playing Kingdom Hearts, I go down deep rabbit holes of lore and theory crafting, reminiscing on the cheesy cutscenes and sexy guys that exist in its universe.
Riku is a sexy guy. He's just a sexy guy. And, you know, the gamer girls are really gonna like it. You know you like it.
I've come to care about all the original characters immensely. Corny or not, I love the writing and watching each trio grow. Although, come on bruh, why'd it take so long for Kairi to have the chance to do something? Hella disrespect. Seeing Sora enter the real world and Verum Rex potentially becoming another franchise has me beyond hyped. I want to see how much of Versus 13 ends up in KH4, and I'm praying that Verum Rex becomes a game on its own, which I'll touch on more in a bit. When I am playing Kingdom Hearts, or even thinking about the gameplay itself, I feel so indifferent to it. There's a lot to enjoy, but I can't get past how uninterested I feel for hours running around the different worlds. It's a shame because I've been told so many times about how good the super bosses are and how satisfying it is to get the secret endings. I just can't bring myself to go and do them. Typically, when I've engrossed myself into a game and I jive with everything it has to offer, I get addicted and end up wanting to do everything I possibly can. Platinum trophy, all endings, max stats, best gear, you know the drill.
Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go, dude!
I never got that with any of the Kingdom Hearts games, except maybe Melody of Memory, funnily enough. Part of me wants to replay a few of the better titles to give them another go, but another is telling me to wait until Kingdom Hearts 4. I love how Sora looks, and real quick, he looks like this because of the same logic as to why he turns into a furry in Monstropolis or Halloween-like in Halloween Town, so I don't get why people are mad about it, but that's besides the point. The prospect of running around Quadratum sounds fucking awesome, and to cycle back to the Verum Rex thing, there was also a point where I really wanted to see Sora enter Square Enix worlds. This stemmed from not wanting Disney in the series, which I obviously don't agree with anymore. Instead, I am on my hands and knees, hoping Lord Nomura blesses us with a Verum Rex game that instead of focusing on jumping through Disney properties, is teaming with Square Enix IP. I'm talking Nier, Xenogears, Parasite Eve, Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, Dragon Quest, Saga, Valkyrie Profile, Star Ocean, Drakengard, Twiwi, the Mana series, literally anything by Team Asano. Could you imagine an HD 2D world? That'd be so fucking sick, man. There are so many remarkable worlds that Square has created over the years, and I would love to explore their rich history in some form. To me, there is a prime opportunity to give that same feel of Kingdom Hearts not being Kingdom Hearts without Disney, but under a new name, Verum Rex with Yozora at the helm. And with the way things are looking story-wise, I could easily see this happening. But I'm essentially talking about my dream game now. Bro, this is what I meant when I said I have no idea how to get across my feelings for this series. I'm just kind of shooting the shit right now. I think I'm gonna go back and replay KH3 and Remind before the next game is out. I might even try to fight Yozora. For now, I want to pass this question off to you all. Why do you love Kingdom Hearts? Thank you so much for watching this sporadically spontaneous introspective on my conflicted feelings with Nomura's prestigious baby, Kingdom Hearts. I love this series, and I can't wait to read what you all have to say about it, positive or negative. I have a Patreon where you can get access to private editing streams where I chill and talk to patrons while working on new videos for clients as well as myself. Eventually, I'd like to bring a weekly Patreon podcast whenever I have more time on my hands and play some games with y'all as well. I've also been thinking about bringing back monthly tournaments over on my Twitch. For now, I want to give a huge shout out to Tangling Castle, or Tangling for short. What's up, homie? Bro has been a Patreon supporter for a long ass time now. Thanks for believing me, dude, and thanks for all the clips. I'll be uploading a video once a month from this point onward, and actually have 3 videos currently being prepared for release, all handled by different editors. I've decided to bring down my unrealistic expectations and will only be uploading 1 major video per year, filling the rest of the months out with smaller ones like this. You've been asking when my SMT5 review will be finished. Well, that's going to be this year's big video. I'll be providing updates monthly at the end of these videos, and if you'd like more frequent updates, I highly encourage you to join my Patreon. Not only will you get news faster, but all of the money goes towards paying editors to get more videos done and keep the content releases consistent.
Once again, thank you all for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, leave a dislike if you didn't.
Check my streams out on Twitch or follow me on Twitter for my thoughts on other games. Subscribe to my other channels for highlights, playthroughs, and clips.
And join my Discord to interact with me as well as the rest of my community. Oh, and leave this at the end of your comments so I know you're a real one. God bless you all, and I will see you next time. And boom, you got a female Sora.